Hello, this is Gerkinman. Welcome to Game Over Gerkinman. This is Duke Nukem Forever, Part 5. We have two individuals with us today. If you would like to introduce yourselves in alphabetical order, please.
You're first.
Hi, I'm Namir or Jess. You guys know me already.
Hi, I'm Mark, otherwise known as 13. I'm one of the only people who spent $60 on Duke Nukem Forever and played it all the way through.
You poor soul.
That's why I'm here, yes.
Have you been regretting it ever since?
Oh.
No, I knew what I was getting into. I was going to get it no matter what.
The guy hasn't had an explosive strapped to his chest for some... Oh, it was a fire extinguisher. Forgot about that. Let's talk about that problem solving here. There's a fire, so what's the natural solution to that scenario?
Blow it up.
You shoot
Blow
someone
it up?
because they have a fire extinguisher strapped to them for no discernible reason.
I don't know, in There Will Be Blood, they put out a fire with explosions.
Really?
Yes.
I have not seen that. Is it good?
I will berate you for that later.
Okay. I think this is actually coming up to one of the few parts of the game I genuinely enjoyed.
Yeah, this is a semi-boss fight, and then like a
Oh, it's not really a boss fight. It's just an action. It's just a scripted action sequence.
Oh yeah.
You get carried around in a shipping container and then shoot guys, and the walls break, and that's all it is.
Oh boy.
It's a thrill a minute. This game is a non-stop thrill a minute. Have you guys noticed anything about the graphics in this place? There's a certain color that seems to be everywhere, and I can't quite put my finger on it.
Is it yellow? I see some yellow right there.
Really? I didn't. I see.
Is it blue? The background is a little bit blue.
That's more of a gray, isn't it? Oh, there's a bit of blue electricity over there.
Yeah. There's a red car.
How come even the blue...
Oh, screw it! It's brown. There's brown. Too much brown.
Even the blue on that building looks brown.
It's brown.
Yeah.
It's the brownest blue I've ever seen in my life. It's more of a smoky gray, I guess.
That was a beautiful grunt as he jumped up into that thing.
Yeah, see, I've started doing this thing now where I can't actually hear what's happening. I add in the sound later on, because otherwise I have to try to sync it to the audio in the pre-existing video. So, you guys are hearing things that I can't.
Yeah, this part wasn't too bad, but it's straight up Gears. It's Gears of War essentially.
Why? Because you have to hide behind cover.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a massive difference between this and Gears of War, though, and that's that Gears of War is like genuinely fun.
Yeah.
This was kind of like fun because everything up until this point had been horrible.
Yeah.
So this was actually just...
It's had some moments of niceness.
I would love to do a movie just on the Gears of War trailers.
They're getting shot from above. Shoot the barrel.
Yeah,
Oh god.
Look at that destructible environments. Amazing.
Well, I wouldn't say environments.
I'd say it's a distractible set piece. Distractible? What am I even?
Destructible.
This is a mechanic I noticed in this game that, one of my favorite mechanics in this game is to just stand next to the ammo box and it never runs out. You can always... It's basically unlimited ammo that you have to press a button to activate.
I mean, we have unlimited... Look at all the space aliens using the modern-day truck.
Yeah, that was something that bothered me, actually, with this part. Why were the aliens who can fly around and teleport driving around in a human truckmobile?
Because that's the last thing you would expect.
That's true.
Is a
Surprise!
human truckmobile a truck made out of human parts?
That would be amazing. That's something this game solely lacks, is a truck made of human organs. That's like a giant heart for a motor.
Wow, this parking garage looks like the one in my city.
It does now that it's been shot up.
Yeah.
You're gonna die, Duke. Quick, hide. Your ego will go back up.
Yes. Nothing raises one's ego quite like hiding.
Yes.
Actually, that's like, yeah, let's talk about that. So the idea behind it's basically just your health bar is your ego,
yeah.
And it grows by doing things
They tried to add flavor to it by making it ego, but it's functionally the same as a shield.
Yeah, and you can grow it by doing things that increase his ego, doing arrogant stuff. So the idea of hiding so that your ego can grow seems like a bit of a contradiction to the whole idea of an ego meter, because there's nothing
definitely
egotistical about hiding.
He who fights and runs away lives to screw alien bastards over another day.
Yeah. Or, it's the idea that he's like, well, oh no, I'm gonna get no. I don't want to give actual reason behind what they're doing.
Come on, go on.
Well, I was just gonna say, obviously he's a self-centered, selfish prick, so, all for himself, so if he's hiding, he's saving himself, right?
They should have done like what you do in No More Heroes when your sword runs out and have to jerk off to energize your sword again. That's what the Duke should be like, squatting and just like beating off to get his ego back up again.
Or just like, or maybe like your health can be refilled by looking at like early magazines or something.
Yeah, this doesn't make sense to have him hiding in that.
Yeah.
I think, like, that's something that, like, I was really expecting with this game because Duke's such an arrogant prick. That you just, like, run in and just obliterate everything and shoot everything and...
You're not really hitting anything.
Oh, he threw a car at you!
Look at this.
Look, you can see your feet!
This game was doing this stuff way after Call of Duty made it cool.
Yeah, but you couldn't see your feet in Call of Duty, so let's give it that.
Well, I wish you could see your feet in the platforming sections of this game. That would have made it a lot. Provided a lot of, I don't know, would have made them a lot easier. This is seriously one of the brownest games I've ever played, though. Like Gears of War's pretty much all brown, but at least it's I wouldn't say attractive brown, but it's an appeal.
Yeah, they have very good lighting and lighting engines and and good art direction on other things.
They still manage to make things interesting even though everything's brown.
Yeah.
This is just like, welcome to Blandville, USA.
Yeah.
Blandville, USA? That's where I live.
Is it really? Yeah, interesting.
North Carolina.
I don't know. I really wanted to just like be able to run in this game, just run in guns blazing and just like have bits and pieces of stuff flying everywhere because Duke is such a badass. But instead, I spent half my time in cover recovering from.
Yeah, I really do wish they kind of kept the old health system, or not kept, but went back to it.
Yeah.
And
I just wish Duke felt like a badass because he doesn't.
Yeah. No, but that's the game's fault.
Yeah, like he's gone from being a badass to just being like a boring smartass. There's nothing exciting about
being a boring smartass.
Yeah, like I want to see him. Like, just an example, and I know it's not fair to compare this game with GTA 5. But there's a sequence in that where, like, you're raiding a bank, and you've stolen all this military equipment, and Trevor, like, walks out with a minigun, and he's covered in, like, the body armor, and there's cops everywhere, and you just literally just, like, shredding everything with this minigun. and Trevor's getting a hell of a kick out of it, because it's a fucking minigun. And it's like that felt like more of a thing that Duke should be doing than anything that Duke actually does in this game. Like, why does it?
I remember back in Vice City, the first time you get like a giant chainsaw and you can go after just random people on the street. And everybody would just run from you. That felt like badass. Oh look, you have a shadow.
That was just a reference to Scarface. You know it. Everyone knows it. Everything in that game was a reference to Scarface.
It was. Ooh, railgun.
Yeah, the
railing needs.
The railgun in this game is nowhere near as... Like, that's another thing. This came out how many years after Quake 3, and the railgun in Quake 3 felt a million times better than this railgun.
It does seem... I think we talked about this earlier, how the weapons, the alien weapons, aren't that powerful, don't seem that cool. I find it weird, actually, in retrospect, that Duke using these weapons is just like he should only use like the human weapons because he's like, I'm a human badass.
It seems like out of character almost, yeah.
Yeah, it's subtle.
I don't need your advanced technology bullshit.
Yeah, I'd use his mighty boot.
It's just there's a lot of things in.
You can make a copy. That's right.
Yeah, unless you get shot halfway through the quick time action and then you can't do it, and so you don't get the ego. There's a lot of things in here I was expecting that never happened. I was like, okay, Duke's an arrogant prick, so he'll do something ridiculous in action movie like in Halo 3, if you're on the back of a warthog, you can rip the turret off the back and carry it around.
Yes.
Which is friggin' bad. That's the sort of shit I was expecting. Like Or like the pull of Stallone in Rambo 4, where he just he mows down all those Vietnamese guys and he's ripping out the jugglers with his bare hands. Because he's a crazy action hero guy and that's what he does. And Duke doesn't do any of that. He just goes, oh, here's a gun on the ground. I guess I'll use that to shoot at guys.
Well, he does say things occasionally.
Yeah, I just wish that they'd embrace more of the action. I died. I think the game might have glitched out actually. That happened to I had this game lock up on me quite a few times, and I was playing it on the Xbox 360 for those of you playing at home.
I don't remember if it ever locked up for me.
I had a lot of problems. There's some later videos where you'll see the lighting engine breaks, and everything looks like it's covered in confetti. Like the textures don't load, everything's just covered in little blue, pink, and green squares.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty hilarious. When it first happened, I thought it was like I'd unlocked some cheat, but it turns out it was just the game engine breaking.
Well then.
Yeah, I remember this part where it tips over.
It's full
and that's
of, like,
actually kind of decent.
It is kind of cool in theory. It's just one of those things where like this could have been badass if it was done well.
Done by people who could make a video game without wasting 12 years on it.
Yeah, well, I mean, like when I think of set pieces like that now, like interactive little, like not cutscenes, but dynamic environment changes. I think of things like Uncharted, you know, which is obviously
just goes crazy with them.
Yeah, it does them well and actually makes them fun.
Yeah.
You can't climb on that tentacle.
That's actually the big trend now. Is the cause I remember seeing the trailer for what was it, Battlefield 4, like the extended 10-minute one that first came out, and everybody goes up a building and then they fall through the building and like slide down parts of it as it's falling apart.
Yeah,
and it's like that's cool and all. And
that was in
very,
the Tomb Raider trailer as well.
Yeah, it's like there are probably more subtle ways to do this. To do that kind of thing to make it, feel a little less cutscene-y,
Yeah. Look at those beautiful textures. Now we're coming up to, I believe, a part that where Duke Nukem likes to pretend that it's Half-Life. And fails abysmally.
That's right.
I don't know,
it's like look at this instinct. There's like boxes. I'm gonna bust them.
Gotta bust those boxes to grab that can.
Yeah, drink beer, or don't drink the beer.
Well, I don't need the beer right now, do I?
I guess not.
I hate physics puzzles in first-person shooters.
It was cool when Half-Life 2 did it because it
gave you a gun that was built around it. It had a fun physics engine, and
it was the first time we really had that major physics engine too. Yay!
I didn't die that time. It just took ages. Like I knocked one of the drums over, and then I couldn't find it. It glitched into the ground. So I had to go and restart that. So thanks, game.
Thanks, game.
Thanks for being reliable.
Let's not even thank it sarcastically.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. More wonderful platforming. It's just what you want.
Ooh.
Actually, what was I playing?
Just like Christmas.
I thought the platforminess was pretty bad, and then I went and played I was playing South Park, the 64 game. The 64
I'm so sorry. I remember that game.
Yeah, that's
one of the Turok people.
Yeah, that's one of the games I'll be playing through later on. And just a heads up, I will be playing through it with cheats activated, because otherwise it's really boring. It's not hard, it's just boring. But as soon as you put cheats on, it's quite fun. But yeah, there's some first-person platforming in that was really terrible. And there's bits in
I can't believe they actually found an environment to go to make things even more brown than they already were. Like, let's go to construction site. That's even browner.
What could possibly be browner than Duke's Casino? Oh, a construction site. But then you get to go to the Hive, and that's really green, and then it's just brown again for the rest of the game. Whoever put the Hive in there probably got fired for changing the color palette. The art director's like, what is that? He's like, green. He's like, what?
Insert battery. What?
See, if this was the real Duke Nukem, he would have been like, I don't need no battery, and then he would have pushed the crane by hand. That's the Duke I know and love. Not Mr. Better get the battery for the crane-mobile.
But look, they have a physics engine too.
No, using that wrecking ball was fun. It smashed things.
You know, for a game that sucks so much, we keep pointing out all the. There tend to be a lot of like almost fun parts.
Basically, what happens is there's 30 minutes of boring, and then there's like 10 seconds of like something happens, and you're like, oh wow,
it's like American football.
That was fun, and it's fun because something actually happened. And you're so used to being disappointed that the fact that anything has happened at all makes it exciting.
Where could there be a battery? Maybe it's in the wall. No, maybe it's against this wall. No?
I think it's very much one of those, okay, this is where I need to go. How do I get in here?
You obviously need to find the battery to wreck it.
Yeah, but I gotta get through
this.
Gotta get into the construction site.
Yeah, but with the wrecking ball.
No, you don't use.
And you need to find the battery. You just haven't looked for the battery.
Circles. I'm looking for the battery now.
I'm starting to think that you're actually not good at bad video games.
I don't think anyone could ever possibly be good at this game. And anyone who is should be ashamed of themselves.
They did come out... Did this have a... I never played the multiplayer in this game when they came out with it. And they did release some DLC.
There was DLC for it, yeah.
There was like a Capture the Babe mode where it was Capture the Flag, but with babes.
Yeah.
Hey, is that the...
That's how you get over there. You climb over the crane.
Yeah.
I think you have to just get in the mindset of, oh wait, that's right. This isn't a first-person shooter. It's a first-person platformer. I need to fucking climb on everything until the puzzle is solved. I just need to jump around until it's fit, until they move on to the next part. Like, you'll always find yourself walking around looking for a switch to press, and then after a while you realize there's no switch, and like, oh great, I must have to jump on something. And that becomes
Duke Nukem Jumps, the game!
Yeah, it's essentially all it is.
Do you get ego for using the porta potty?
I don't know. I didn't use them.
I don't think so.
I don't want to go in there. There's nothing egotistical about using a porta potty.
That's totally Duke Nukem material. Because it's shit.
Oh! If you like our video game jokes, don't forget to like, favorite, subscribe, and share with your friends.
Follow us on Facebook, LiveJournal, and Tumblr.
Also, you can visit our web store to buy t-shirts with our faces on them.
Oh boy.
You can buy women's panties with my face on them.
That's right. And also, we have a limited edition shirt, I Hate Ross. You should buy it today because it's only available for a day until we bring it back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Explosions.
Yeah. Sweet deal.
Sweet deal.
Okay.
Exit. Sweet deal. Okay, we made it to the second construction site because obviously Duke can't climb over fences. Because
he also can't.
Barbed wire would hurt him.
Even though he can knock some gates down, he can't knock all gates down. He can only knock the specific gates down. The context-sensitive gates.
Chain link fences, just nope. That's his one weakness.
Just not
Can't
strong.
do it.
Just not strong enough.
Oh, there's music now. It's slightly less boring, but still brown.
The score in this game, I don't remember any of it except for the stuff in the loading screens, and that's because I had to spend a lot of time looking at the loading screen.
Yeah, and that's the old Duke Nukem theme song anyway. So
yeah. Which was originally done by, I forget the name of the band. There was a guy from the band.
I don't know. I think they released it as a free download at some point.
Yeah.
Or maybe that was for pre-ordering this game or buying this game or something. I don't think I pre-ordered it.
I don't think
I would have to have a talking to with you if you did.
A lot of people had this game on pre-order for 12 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think you're supposed to pick up the
Well, yeah, here's another one. Here's another one of those beautiful inconsistent things. There are parts of this game earlier on and later on where you can take down one of those with a railgun. But in this particular instance, it can only be taken down with the rocket launcher because that's what they've put up there for you to use.
Yes.
It's little.
If they wanted to do that, they should have made you lose your weapons as you fell down and landed right next to the
rocket launcher. So it's like, oh, I
Yeah.
have to use this. Whereas instead, it doesn't
Quick,
tell
hide.
you that. I see the
Yes.
rocket launcher and I just go, well, that thing's useless. All it does is hurt you. Like, you look at the environment, you don't associate it with a practical use of the rocket launcher at all.
Yeah.
Because it's all very closed corridors. And then that guy attacks you and you don't pick it up. And you're just like, oh, great. Thanks for the... So that's why it's there.
holds 4.
Yeah.
Use your you should use your items. Watch out for the debris.
You gotta get more rocketeers.
Rocketeer.
This is... How can running...
You can feel the excitement.
It is. It's like, how did you make running around with a rocket launcher boring? I'd really like to know, because it should be impossible, but somehow you found a way. I mean, that's really this game's ultimate achievement, is to give you all these great toys to play with, and make them
make it boring. I mean, hey, you got an achievement. Now everybody knows you played Duke Nukem Forever.
How embarrassing.
Oh.
Oh, boy. Man, that sure is a high poly car.
Oh, look, Duke Nukem's getting tired.
Yeah, he sounds a little winded there.
Actually, yeah, I thought when he gets exhausted after running really quickly, he sounds like an old fat guy. That's what this game should have been. Duke Nukem hasn't been doing anything for years. He should have had a gut because he's been drinking so much beer. And then it's just like, Duke, we need your help. And he's like, oh, I'm old and fat now. I can't do diddly. That would have been amazing.
No,
He's still a sexist pig, but he's fat.
that's what they did at the beginning of
Let's not talk about that. No, don't even.
No, what game was it?
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts.
Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. Yes.
Oh.
Yes. That game gives us all the shudders.
Oh.
I haven't played it, so I can't talk about it. I like the way it looks. I like the
I don't think
visual.
you have to play it to...
It's not a Banjo-Kazooie game. That's
No.
the only fault.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe you're supposed to put your thing towards that thing that's shooting at you
Yeah.
and climb up it.
Maybe. Maybe you have to ram it a few more times.
Or that.
At least it doesn't tell you what to do specifically. I guess that's the thing. It's not like...
Mega Man!
Yeah.
Those are called muchos!
Yep, thanks for more references to the opposition's work today.
Hey, that sequelitis was quite good.
Yeah, well, you should have made more of those, but I guess he didn't make a ton of money and they're actually effort, so...
Yeah.
F that. Effort's not worth it. You can make more money.
Man, look at that. You got balls of steel.
Notice the way the concrete explodes? It's an interesting...
It's Duke-crete.
They're not grains of sands, they're just like tiny little Nukem faces.
They're radioactive.
That would have been amazing.
And radiation makes things explode. Didn't Godzilla teach us anything?
Godzilla taught us... Well, yeah, I guess everything does explode in those movies. Unless it's the American one, then nothing explodes.
That's a lot of fish.
Oh...
Mighty Boot.
Oh, I fell. Well...
What a beautiful way to end the video. Oh! With that voice acting.
That pretty much sums up the game beautifully. Oh... Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Jess, for joining us through this, plodding along through that Brown Town.
No. Thank you for this opportunity.
But join us next week, because next week's going to be exciting. Because next week we've got rape jokes galore.
Oh, great!
We've got alien impregnations. We've got 3-titty queens. We've got everything that you'd ever wanted in a game. That's all here in one place. Don't miss it.
Same Duke time, same Duke channel.
That's right. Same Duke, sadly.